And welcome back to a quite spooky Finders Beepers History Seekers. Now this place is definitely giving me the chills. It's another one of these that I've walked through the door. I just feel off, but I think it's the rain. If you listen, banging it down with rain, and there's tin roofs. It's bang, 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 bang. And it's that's making it like, I don't feel, just a minute, there's been nothing like, there's been no voices or anything. It's just, it looks creepy from the outside. Something I've noticed before I've even walked in has made it weirdly creepy, and I'll show you that in a bit. But the inside of this place is just, there's just something else. I don't know if there's that much to look at. I've slipped. I don't know if there's that much to look at. I have had a good look round, like that room up there, which is a nightmare. But other than that, I have not looked at anything. So it could be terrible. It could be amazing. It could be somewhere in between. But regardless, I need to put my hand in a better place. Regardless, it's spooky. It's really old. Looking on the maps, because I had a look at some of the local maps for this one, because I've had this one a little bit, and it's been here at least 300 years, at least. So I'm just not going to rest on that anymore, because I am going to slip off. So let's get looking round. Also, I'm going to say this at the beginning of the video this time. Andy is in hospital. Well, no, he's in and out of hospital having his chemo and radiotherapy. I've come to an agreement with him because he didn't, I don't know if he was going to be up to watching videos, of asking you guys to like the video as much as you possibly can. The first week that I asked you to do that came out this Sunday, and we got over 2,000 likes on there, and it will have made him so happy. So thank you first of all, and if we can continue doing that while he's having his treatment, it would mean the world to me and him as well. Anyway, let's keep looking round. Right, this place has just got such a weird vibe, like old, falling down, deteriorating kind of vibe to it. But we're going to go towards the noise first, the dripping. So I've not been up here. We'll have a look. Oh, what are these things on here? Look, there's anything in there? What's that? That's like one of those old pin cushions you used to get. Ew. What's happening here? Why is there a little yellow bag full of syringes, bottle openers? It is, it's one of them little pin cushions, look. Wait. I'm sure my sister used to have those. Put your little pins in it. Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot of this. Like searching through boxes of dirt to try and find stuff. Right, so what we got on here? Fishing reel. What's that? Oh, is it off the end of a... like where your curtains go? Like on the end? I think it might be. That's quite unusual though. That knobbly bobbly thing. It's actually glass. That's weird. Then a big dog. I'm guessing that's been put on the window saying keep out at some point. Let's say, are you? Big fat dead bees down there. This tin looks quite old. Like not really, really old, but like probably 40s, 50s. Nothing in it though. That's quite an old. I'm gonna say that's a really old padlock. It's the heel off a shoe. What an idiot. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of rifling through stuff, which I do like. But the problem is I'm flying home in the morning. I don't really want to be filthy. But we'll go in here anyway first. Oh, there's some letters to look at. We'll look at them in a minute. Oh, this is like an add-on, a lean-to. Right. Yeah, it is, look, the metal roof there. It's just like a lean-to. But they've got all sorts of paint and things in here. Little nice sink and not such a nice cooker. But the thing I love about Ireland is there's so many, like that is stone. don't think it's marble, but it's stone. It's really heavy. But the amount of like religious things and stuff, that doesn't even look religious actually. It looks like a queen. Although it's got wings, so maybe it's Queen Elizabeth II. Now she's in heaven. Oh, do miss her. I don't go around to tea with her very often or anything. Like I did attend an event with her son once, the current king, but I've never met the Queen, my lady. But who else have I met? Not Andrew, the other one, Edward. I've met Edward, and I've met Charles, but I've never met any of the others. They're the only ones. Anne's supposed to be nice. I'd quite like to meet Anne. Now, it took a bit of a hefty push to open that front door, but I didn't realise there was actually a back door. Here, look, that's open, but I don't know. Yeah. What is that? That looks like bits of rabbit. It is. Oh, rabbit foot there, look. I thought it was. There's been a rabbit eaten in here. I was wondering what those bits of fluff were. But yeah, I don't know if it leads to anything out here. I don't know if there's any other buildings or anything. I haven't really looked. I'll look on maps in a minute, but we'll stay in here for now. But yeah, there's a lot of like 70s and 60s looking stuff in here. And you know I'm not one for going through kitchens unless there's something worth looking at. And I do actually like the kitsch sort of 1970s plastic tat sometimes, because I just think it looks cool. Like, I used to collect Hornsey pottery only to sell. It wasn't really my thing, but I got photographs of people that had bought stuff off me and put it into their kitchens, like their retro kitchens in their swanky London flats and stuff. And you know what? It looks so good. It really does look good. Like, you look at it and you think, oh, it's a bit, yeah. But actually, when it's in a proper setup with all the other stuff around it, it looks dead good. If you look up Hornsey pottery, if you're not from the UK, you'll see what I mean. It's a bit like, some of it can be a bit garish or like weird patterns and stuff like that, and a lot of brown. There's a lot of brown involved. But it was massive back in the day, and it's sort of made a resurgence for all these hoity-toity students that want to be a bit spesh, but actually it looks really good. Weirdly, I collected thousands of pieces of Hornsey pottery. I mean thousands. And I paid like 20 pence each from, look at those little salt and pepper things. Yeah, I paid like 20 pence each from at car boot sales and stuff. Sometimes I paid like £1 for a 100-piece set and stuff. And I sold them for thousands. Like, to one person bought probably 60% of the stuff that I sold. So I just want to look in some of these cupboards, because it's all very different stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nothing exciting. That's poison. Bloody hell, big bottle of poison in there. But it's weird, because some of the stuff looks like kitchen stuff, but then some of the stuff looks like workshop stuff. That's why I'm having a quick look. Look, Vaxadine ointment for the udders. So he's either using that on the cows or his wife. But then next to it, in the next cupboard, I'm sure I saw, like, yeah, look, olive oil. Loads and loads of oil. Maybe it's P. Diddy that lived here. And then the golden syrup and, oh, God. Look at some of the whiskers. Look at the rhubarb and ginger jam. But those two, I don't know what were in those, but they do not look in great condition. And then, they're like 1970s and 80s pots and pans and just horrible stuff. Used to use things like that when I went camping, because I don't know if you know, back in the day I used to be in the Scouts and I absolutely loved it. But the only reason I loved it is because we didn't do all your badges and your like poncing about like a lot of people used to do. I don't know whether you can say poncing about. That's a bit of an Andy mistake, innit? I think I've made an Andy mistake there. You can't say that. But we didn't do all the badges and the do your best, do our best, all this dib, 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 dub, 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 like Andy would say. We just played football every week. for like 2 hours. Then we'd play something, we used to play these other games inside. One was like basketball, but we had 2 people stood on chairs. And I once fell off the chair. I got a coat hook hooked into my skin. It ripped my skin and I was hanging up by the skin. That is the most disgusting thing in the world. And we used to play another thing where we used to get all the chairs, throw them into the middle and turn the lights off and see if we could get across without dying. We used to do some right stuff. And I got thrown off scout camp and thrown out of scouts eventually for putting a litre of maggots in somebody's tent and setting fire to aerosol cans and almost killing someone. And setting fire to someone's coat with a flare. I was a good boy as a kid. So yeah, that has just brought back all those pots and pans and plates have brought back so many memories just in like one quick glance. It's so weird how it affects you like that. And that's why sometimes, like, I'm never going to just go, oh, look, that one's Crown and that one's Dulux and that one's Summit, because it's boring. Nobody wants to look at cans of paint. But things that you can connect to your own life, yes, maybe you can't with olive oil, but other stuff, like that big flask makes me think of when I was younger as well, going out with my mum and dad and stuff. And look, the old thermos flasks. It just brings back certain memories in your life, even if it's only for a couple of seconds. I thought they were a cat's foot then. Yeah, just for a couple of seconds, just to make you go, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And I'd forgotten all about the camping stuff until then. Now I don't think I'm even going to attempt to go in there. That's the shed, and the shed is dead. So we'll go and have a look at these things on this table. The thing is, I also think sometimes I do speak too much. Like, I don't mean talking in general, but showing my face. People are like, stop showing my face. Show the building. But I just like that connection with you. I like to be able to talk to you rather than just talking at you. I'm talking to you because I can see you face to face. You could see me face to face. You know what I mean? But like certain times I get really excited and want to tell you stuff and want to talk to you about stuff rather than just showing you a blank wall or something. Do you know what I mean? Now, it is ridiculous o'clock in the morning, to be fair, and I don't know why I am this bouncy about, because I've been tired all day and all of a sudden I seem to have come to life. Look at this. A spiritual bouquet what does that say? And this Donnelly from Summit. Communions, masses, rosaries. What is an ejaculatory prayer? Ejaculatory prayer. What does that mean? Is that what went off in the Christian church? Is that how they got the kids to do it? It's like, just come with Father Thomas and he's going to read you an ejaculatory prayer. What does that actually mean? And I'm being serious. Like, I'm reading that right, aren't I? Ejaculatory. Yeah. I don't know. From St. Peter's College, Freshfield, Liverpool, England. Oh, so that's come from England. Very strange. Let me know about that, because I'm quite interested to know what that means. Oh, look, is this a death card? Yeah, it is, look. I'm surprised it's not got the black line around the outside. Sacred Heart of Jesus, have mercy on the soul of Francis Hackett. You see, I don't like that, because that sounds like he's a bad bastard and you've got to give him up, like make him better again after being a bad un. But he looks a lovely old guy. Died 6th February 1992, age 81. So, Francis Hackett. See, I think he looks a nice old bloke. But the way that they say that, have mercy on the soul, it's like he's done some terrible things. Right, let's keep looking. I do like these sorts of things because you don't get them in England. In memory of John Connellan, August 10th, 1967. Let us pray. Now, you see, the thing is, this is something else that I think is quite sad. And I feel like I've talked about death a lot recently in these videos. But we go through the death cards and you find loads, and there's loads and loads, and you've got to think how many people are dying every second all over the world. How many people are dying, but how many people are forgotten? The people in care homes, the homeless people, all the other ones where the family are nowhere near them. And I know this makes me think of that, and it makes me think of the lost souls, the forgotten people, and I hate it. It makes me more sad than someone that's lived in a happy family and is missed by the happy family, because at least they're missed and remembered. A lot of these people are forgotten, and I don't want to be forgotten. I want to be remembered for a fecking long time. I need to rob a bank or something. Well, no, that's not really memorable, is it? I almost said rememberable then, which is one of the worst things to say in the world. It's like saying Pacific when he means specific. I hate that. I'm a bastard with stuff. Absolute bastard with words. Even though I'm dyslexic, I pick people up on it all the time. Anyway, let's keep looking. Yeah, I put a Facebook post on earlier on, and this is going to rile people up. But how Americans say certain words, and I do feel like I pick on the Americans a lot, but I think it's because they're so close to us, but so very, very different. And I can't remember the words off the top of my head now. I'll find it in a minute. Oh, dear Anna, all of us extend our heartiest sympathy to you and your great loss. Peter is finally at rest. May he rest in peace. I know you will be lonely. I hope God, in his mercy, will give you some courage and strength to carry on. Love, Bridget. That's so sad. That it's almost like it's a nice thing, but it's a horrible thing to write at the same time. Because maybe they'd not been thinking that. Maybe they were like, they were dealing with it and they were coping with it, and then she's gone, I know you're lonely. And they've gone, you know what, I am lonely. I hope you can cope. You know what, I'm not going to cope. I hope you're going to get through this. Oh, fuck, am I going to die? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you think about it and how that's written, it's quite bad, really. And it's meant from a lovely place, but it don't always come across like that. There's loads of them, and they're different people. Look, we've got Elizabeth McDonnell, 1964, age 86. You've got Mary Loy, Sunday 4th of December 1977 at 10:10 a.m. How come it's got the actual time of death as well? That's quite unusual. And then they just go on and on and on. Annie I know how to say this. McElroy. Yeah, I think it's McElroy. 1986. How many have they got on here, really? No, that's black rimmed, look. I'm not going to go through them all. Oh, this one looks... I would say this one looks good, but you know what I mean. 1968, age 74. So he was born in 18... Oh, God, Matt, do your maths. 1896? 1894? 1894? Yeah, 1894, I think. My brain's not working. It's too early in the morning. But, wow. Things that he will have seen and the changes that he will have seen in between then and 1968 is crazy. Right, I'm going to look, see if there's... I'm not going to go through them all because there's loads. But I'm going to see if there's any of note. Oh, who's he? Oh, he's dead as well. 1992, born in 1917. They're all dead. Everyone's dead. Right, I've been through them all. And there's a couple just to point out before we move on to something else. James S. McKellen. And Margaret McKellen. Died 30th of March 1948. Died 14th of May 1948. Do you reckon he died and then she died of a broken heart? That is so sad if that's the case. If that's the husband and that's the wife, March, end of March, middle of May, it's like what, 6 weeks later or so, 7 weeks later? And she probably loved him so much. It could be the son, you don't know, it could be his son, or she could be his daughter. Either way, it's terribly sad. And then looking down at these as well that I've put to one side, these are a bit different. So this one, oh no, this one was a really old one, that's why I put this one to one side. So this one, he was 82 and died in 1937. So that is, what's that? 52. 1852 he was born. I wonder what it was like when he was first born. It's crazy to think what life was like in Ireland in 1852. It's just madness. This was the, was it this? Oh, it was this that was a bit different. So it's quite cool for a start, but then look, souvenir, ordination to the holy priesthood, the Most Reverend William Codd, First Holy Mass. So it's like a little souvenir to say, oh look, I'm a priest now. That's quite cool, really. It's just, like I said, something a bit different. What was this one? Saved this one for a reason as well. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just picked that one up by accident. But yeah, they were. I thought they were a bit different. I'm gonna have a quick look at these letters. I don't want to spend too long looking at writing because I know some people hate it, and photos and stuff. I thought I heard someone snoring behind me then. Right, I'm just gonna have a quick look through them. Right, I'm not gonna read through all the letters because it's ridiculously sad, like really sad. But this first, I'll read the first page to you. So this was in 1971, Monday night at 11 p.m. Dear Dad, I feel like I need to do it in an Irish accent, but I'm not going to. Dear Daddy, I feel sure you're going to get it hard to forgive me for not writing to you sooner. But as I said to Anne, I just couldn't settle to write. You know my bad moods and my fits of depression better than anyone else. And I often think back on times when everything was getting me down and you'd say, get yourself ready, Rose, and we'll hit up bingo in Splony or something, Dundalk, where I've been recently, and then everything would be all right. How sad is that? I find that really, I cannot read the rest of it. I've read some of it and I was on the verge of tears reading it. She's really struggling, like really, really struggling. Some terrible things have happened to her, which I'm not going to go into because if there's living relatives, it's 1971. So say she's 20, then she's only 29 years older than me, or 28 years older than me, so could quite easily still be here. So I'm not going to go into details because it is ridiculously sad. But just that first bit, writing to your dad to say, feeling down, oh God, this is where I go, this is where I go. It's because it's the last day before I go back and I see Freddie. But I could imagine like Katie or Amy writing to me if they lived far away and saying, I'm struggling, and you're the only one that can cheer me up. It's sad. It's so sad. These places really do get to you. And like I've said before, I joke and I laugh. And there's a thing down here where this woman, it says that she's 40-something years old and she looks about 90. Like things like that you can laugh about, even though it is still sad, but you've got to laugh because if you don't, it really gets to you. And especially if you've got family and you're close, it's so hard to read things like that. It really is. But anyway, let me show you this. There is no way on this earth. She is 48 years old. Are you kidding me? There is no way she is 48. She's not 4 years older than me. I know I look good for my age and all that, but for Jesus, she's had an hard paper out. Right, coming back out. It sounds like it stopped raining because there's only the occasional drip now. Yeah, coming back out into this bit. This is all weird as well because it's like a corridor, but the walls aren't real. Well, they are real, but they've been added in. They would have been bigger rooms, and they've added in this weird corridor for some strange reason. Anyway, this is the actual kitchen. That's why I was a bit confused with it in there, because they got the like stuff, but I suppose it's storing things in there. But there is a cooker in there, so I don't really know why. But yeah, you've got, oh, sometimes when you walk in a room, I don't know if it picks up on camera, the sound, when I'm talking, it sounds different. So when I'm out here, like, it's quite echoey, and the sound's bouncing about. I walk in here, and my voice goes dead. Like, there's no sound reverbing off anything. It's literally the sound is coming out of my mouth, and that is it. It's not going anywhere. It's weird. I think that's why certain rooms create certain atmospheres as well. Like, you'll have a certain room in the house, like I did the other day with the noises I could hear, the voices. Like, it seemed freaky anyway, but I think it was just how that room was. Don't get me wrong, I've not actually had chance to properly listen back to that video. So it will have been like 3 weeks ago for you. But people with the voices in the background, I could hear them, but I thought it was in my head. But then everyone's like, yeah, I can hear it as well. So I need to, when I get back off being here, I need to listen to it myself properly with earphones and everything. I haven't been able to. I went out on the Friday night and filmed it, and then Saturday morning edited it so it was ready for Sunday. So that's why I haven't had a chance. I have just let out the most ridiculous fart you have ever heard, but I have eaten a big full Irish breakfast this morning. People have been commenting as well that, oh, it's just a tea thing. I wondered what that was at the back then. That I haven't been farting quite as much, and some people are happy of that fact. However, it's because I haven't been, even though I'm fat as old, I haven't been eating loads of takeaways like I used to when I used to go with Andy everywhere, because we used to get a McDonald's on the way home every time we went exploring, and I don't do that anymore. So I'm not as bad as I used to be. There's all sorts of just bits everywhere. I don't really know what to start on and look at. Let's look on here. What we got on here? So, what is this? Is this from a camera? I don't really understand. I think it is, isn't it? I think that's supposed to go in there. And then your camera would be in there, and that would just go down. It's like a carry camera. Well, obviously, you won't have many cameras that you didn't carry. I do talk some rubbish sometimes. I really, really do. Then a big old kettle. Imagine you're boiling hot water. Jesus. Wait up. Is that water dripping? But it sounded like the door had opened, front door had opened then. Didn't like that. Yeah, this is literally, I think it's full of something, but it is so heavy, like heavier than a dumbbell. That is ridiculous. I can't believe that. And imagine that filled with water. How would he deal with that? I really don't know how, like, a little old lady would get that off here and carry it over and fill her tea up or whatever. That's madness. It weighs, feels like 10 kilos. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm just going to have a quick look on here and then I'll come back to you. Right, looking on here, there's a couple of unusual items. First of all, there's is it a compass where you put your pencil in and turn it around? It's quite an old one, that. That moved over there on its own then, but I think it must have been balanced. It looks a little bit like a leather sanitary towel. But what was the other thing as well? Wherever I come, there's Sheffield steel. They're from Sheffield. What makers? Oh, it didn't say, it just says made in Sheffield, England. But yeah, they're probably quite old. But I do like it. It makes me feel a bit like I'm at home. Look Look at this fork as well, with the wooden handle. What would you use that sort of fork for? Because it's quite a pointy sort of fork like this as well. Although this might be a meat. Oh no, that's quite pointy as well. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Like I say, I don't often look through things like this, but sometimes there is some nice stuff in these. Like, that's quite an unusual bottle opener. But anyway, I'm not going to focus on that much longer. I'm going to have a good look round and see what else there is. If I don't get stabbed with that. I feel like somebody else has been stabbed and it's broken off inside them. I know we have this conversation all the time, and you're going to say, oh no, please carry on talking, because we like it when you talk. But I do sometimes feel like I don't come up for air. I'm just like, but I know you like it and I enjoy doing it. Some people don't. We all still get the comments of, why do you talk? We don't want to hear you talking. Just show us round. If you want that sort of channel, feck off somewhere else, because it ain't going to happen. It ain't ever going to happen. I'm never going to be paranormal. I'm never going to shut up. You're going to have me forever, and I'll come and visit your grave. I don't know where that came from. Oh, I do, and I'll show you in a bit. Right, next up, we've got something great and something awful. So the something great is... Oh, actually, what is this? I thought it was just a picture of little old Jesus giving out a diamond to some children. Oh, yeah. Look. Remembrance of First Holy Communion. Anna M. Donnelly received her First Holy Communion at St. Peter's Church, 1928. That says. That's good, isn't it? So it's communion. That's supposed to be the bread of his body and the wine of his blood. But it looks like a diamond to me. A big sparkly diamond. But yeah, the vileness is on here. And you know what? There's probably some good ones in here, but I ain't not touching any of them. Like, you do get some... Oh, they made me feel so ill. So ill. You get some nice metal buttons, but they're just awful. Why? Who invented bloody buttons? Because they need putting down. Dirty dogs. Disgusting stuff. And then I've got some cancer research pens. Oh, it's another one of those, look. So that other one probably lived up there before it got moved about. I don't think there's much else on there to look at. This is what I mean, though. There's probably really good stuff hiding away. But do I go through all this lot to find it? Monthly Government of Northern Ireland, Ministry of Agriculture, monthly report 1936. I can't think of anything more boring, to be fair. I love stuff from 1936, but not the monthly report for December of agriculture conditions. No, not for me. Wonder where that is. Oh, it says it there. What is it? Something Castle. Oh, Balmoral. I've been there. Oh, it's an actual photo. Is it? I don't know if that's a picture of... It sort of looks like a photo. It looks like AI. Oh, I think it is actually a photo. If you look at the... You can't really see the detail on the trees. I think it's real, but that bit of it just looks like a drawing. But yeah, Balmoral Castle. I think I've been there a few times when I was younger, just passing through. But do you know what I love? Let me just stand back and I'll show you. I've definitely just heard a big bang outside. It's been quiet for a minute. Like I say, it could just be the wind. But this big fireplace, the size of that fireplace is magnificent. I don't like the tiles behind it. I feel like they've been added at a later date. Well, I know they have. I like the range. I think that's quite good. But I feel like there was a big proper fireplace there at some point. Like, obviously the big thing here like this, but then with a burning log fire or something in the middle. It would have been great, but it's actually only quite a small room. So a massive, this would have been boiling in here. Even with just an Arga in here, it would have been boiling, because that would have heated your water as well as just like for cooking. And then you've got Jesus overseeing everything. Still waiting for his plasters. Such a shame. Looks so sad. Look at those sad eyes. Poor Jesus. I'll bring you some plasters. If you ever go in an abandoned building and find a picture of Jesus with plasters on his hands, it's me. I did it. I've just noticed something weird. So it seems like a normal door. So you get to here. That's like a prison door. That is like you would have in a jail. I feel like they've taken this door from a prison and put it in their house. Because why would you have that there? That's just not normal. Honestly, I think it's a prison door. Now, I don't know if you watched the video in Glasgow, in the courthouse prison place that I went to. The doors there, a lot of them were exactly the same as that. So why have they got a door with a peephole into a kitchen? It just makes no sense. Right, moving on. What we got here? Christmas anti-drink drive campaign. This has got to be the 90s. Oh, I don't think we're going to find out either, because the top of that page has been cut off and the date and everything would always be along the top of there. But that looks like it should be the 90s to me, or maybe early 2000s. Because in the 1980s and... why are all the tops of things cut off? Yeah, in the 1980s, nobody cared. What was it, 5 and drive, everybody used to say. But then the 90s hit and people sort of started to realise that they're running out of family members. Especially around Christmas when they were all having like 5 sherries, 5 pints and 5 something else and then drive. Not great really, was it? But look, if you look at the wall, this is what I was saying. It's wooden. It's a wooden wall, that. Do you hear that bang? Like I said, I know that there's water dripping in there, but that was the wrong direction. And that's the second bang I've heard. Could be a window or something upstairs though. But I can't feel a draft coming through. Oh, I've gone all weird again now. See, there is a bit of a draft because that bit of paper's moving. But hardly. Don't like it. Right, that looks like madness. We'll come back to that one in a minute. This one definitely is madness. I've stuck my head round the corner in here. Actually, there's a newspaper here, look. 2004. Somebody living here in 2004. How? I suppose that's 20 years. I still, in my head, I think it's 2000 or maybe 2010 at the latest. Because when I think, like 1980s, I think 20 years ago. But it's actually 40 years ago. When I think of like the 70s, I think 30 years ago. But it's 50 years ago. It's all a bit mad, isn't it, really? I am getting old. Right. This room is mad because the floor has gone. Somebody's put a door across there, literally, so you can stand on it. But the floor is destroyed. Look. Oh. And there's stuff falling from underneath. Oh my God, listen. Oh, it's worrying. It's worrying. Oh, it's these tiles though, look. I've not been right round the corner, I just stuck my head round, but I like those green tiles. You can get blue ones as well. And they're good, they're nice. Oh, look at this as well. Oh, is that for... Oh, God. God. Ah. I'm losing it. Let's put it down. Yeah, it's off a bigger clock, that, isn't it? It's got inlaid what's supposed to look like mother of pearl, I think, but it's not mother of pearl. It's like shell of some sort. I know mother of pearl is shell, isn't it? But a different sort of shell. I don't think it's the expensive stuff. But I suppose it is inlaid with brass as well. I bet that was quite a nice big clock at some point. and the rest of it will be under here somewhere. They quite possibly could be the sides of it. There's a big old telly there. Like I said, I knew it were crazy in here, and I knew I wouldn't really be able to have a look round. But look at the old green carpet. That is one, and the brown settee. Oh, that makes me think of something like Derry Girls, to be fair. Like settees that they've kept from the 1970s, but they're still using them in the 1990s. Brown things and green carpets. It's just all a bit awful, isn't it? Old umbrella there with the bamboo cane. I'm getting off this because I feel like I'm going to snap it in a minute and go through. And even though there's no cellar, I still don't want broken ankles, really. There's a little elephant there, look. Is there anything else? This is quite solid. Oh, no, it isn't. No. That is not solid. Is there anything else around that corner? I don't think so. Right, let's go into the room of madness up here. Like, this is not really the sort of explore I would normally do. It's too far gone in a way. But I like this house. There's something about it. Even though I felt uncomfortable in a way because of the dripping. But actually the house itself, like the 1970s wallpaper and some of the stuff that's in here is pretty cool. Thing is, we're deep in Irish Republican Army territory here, so I've also got to be careful with things like that. I don't want to say the other way of saying it because I don't know whether the moderator people will like it. There's a guitar under there. Yeah, the moderator people, I don't know if it'd be like a keyword that will flag things up. Look, it's all wood panelling on the walls. Noises. Coat hangers in here. Look at the state of it in here. Told you, this is definitely not the sort of place I would normally come, but there's definitely things in here that I want to keep looking at. Now obviously we've got Jesus to look at because he's in every room, but I feel like there's other special stuff hidden in here. Like this is a writing slope, I think, and quite an old one, which would have been good when it were in one piece. And I feel like there would have been something good in this box as well, but it's a weird opening. Oh, is it? Is it just snapped? Wait a minute. Oh, what's this? What's the diagram of on top? Oh, I don't know what this is. You'll have to tell me now. That says variometer, valve, rhizo, lead transistor. Would it be a radio? Cross wires. Don't know what that says in the corner there. It's hard to get it to focus as well to show you. It might say something valve, I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't, it's only a box, but it's interesting to know what was in that box. I'm sure somebody from that will be able to work it out. That looks like a plunger on the top there, like for a bomb, but I know it won't be. It's just my imagination going crazy as usual. I'm going to see what I can uncover on here for you though. Oh God, out of breath. It's almost impossible to get to anything under there. The only thing I've found is parts of a clock and those two sitting underneath there, but I know there's more stuff. There's loads of stuff packed all the way under. I can see umbrellas and stuff, but it's so awkward to get to them. And like everything, everywhere I stand, I feel like I'm going to break something. I don't want to break anything. I just want to look in this cupboard though, and that, I don't think there's anything in that cupboard actually. I'll have a look in a minute. Although that looks like a hand grenade at the top, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Let's have a look in here. Look, this door has got a hole, like it should, like the other one, but it's all blocked up. How weird is that? Right, what's in here? Oh my lord. I can't actually get in, just a minute. I don't know if this were a good idea. There's lots of flies, lots and lots of flies and spiders. I don't really care about the spiders, but the flies I don't really like, because they're all in my face. Let me see what I can see. Right, there's that many flies in here. They're like mosquitoes. I can just hear a constant buzzing. Hate mosquitoes, if I'm being honest. Look at the old clock face. That is a really old one. I know it's deteriorated, but that's an old clock face. Another weird noise behind me. But then there's a military style storage box down there. There's a very old looking, I don't know if you can see it, but right in the corner there's a very old looking pram. But nothing really that I can get to. I'm like balancing as it is. There's old things down here like tools and stuff like that. But this is the sort of place you do find things hiding away. Like an old knapsack there as well hung up. And these are the places that you do find bits of treasure. But on this occasion, even if there is, I can't actually get to them because it's just a nightmare. Everything's rammed full. Also, don't know how I've just managed to get through that space. That is, no wonder I'm out of breath. I hope I can get back out again now. Otherwise I'll be stuck in a cupboard for the rest of my life. And no, don't make any coming out of the closet jokes. I know there'll be one of you like Lisa or Stuart or somebody, some crude person will be saying it. Stop it. I've found something here that's quite unexpected. It's a urine and blood chart. Penicillin, however many units, stuff like that. But it's from, where is it? I've just seen it. I'll just turn it back over. I've just seen it. Oh yeah, Royal Infirmary, Glasgow, which is weird. Sediment and microscopical examination. So, abnormal characteristics of red and white cells. Very interesting. I know it's only medical records, but you don't often see medical records hanging about, to be honest. I don't know. I'm sure that says pleurisy. I can't remember what pleurisy is, though. And other... Oh, I don't know what that says. Acute face on me. No, I don't know what that says. It says acute... neuritis. I don't know. It says what they've eaten though, which is a bit weird. And then a load of sheet music, or as Andy would say, shit music. I'm just gonna have a look underneath that because I found those underneath, so you never know what else is under there. Yeah, there was just some more medical stuff, but I don't know if he's a doctor. Because I don't know if it's the same thing that it's about. Female sex hormones, ovarian extracts, pharmacological of endocrine glands, and androgenic, I can't say that word, or male sex hormones, testosterone. Very strange. So I reckon it's like a student of medicalness. Or something like that. I'm sorry I can't read and I can't speak. It is silly o'clock in the morning. I've got at least a 2.5 hour drive back down to Dublin before I've done. So give me a chance. That's pretty cool. Alan's Irish Fiddler. 120 reels and jigs. That is that what they call the local priest? I'm sorry, but anytime it's anything to do with the Catholic priests, I can't help myself. It's just a thing. It's got to be said. And I am sorry. A bit. Now, I said that I didn't think there was very much in here, and it is just a lot of bits of oil lamp and stuff. And that there is what I thought was the hand grenade, and it's not a hand grenade. So, there we go. Although, apparently, I found something else out today. The red light... When there's a red light in a house like this, it's something to do with the Catholic religion. No, not the religion, but it's something to do with the Catholic Church and This is what somebody said in the comments. I don't know if it's true, but they put the red light on to soothe them and make them feel nearer to God. I don't know if that's right or not, but somebody commented it. Right, off we go upstairs. I am a bit worried about going upstairs. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I've let all these bloody flies out now. They're everywhere. Oh, it's not that way. It's this way. Oh, what's this box? I don't notice this. I think it's just like birthday cards and stuff in it. Christmas cards. Yeah. Auntie Anna and family. Where are they? Webster, Cumbria, Leighton-on-Sea, Essex. So they've got family in Essex. I don't think there's anything else. They're all... That looks like some sort of oil lamp thing. Yeah, they're all birthday cards and Christmas cards. So I'm not going to go through those. There's a box underneath, but I don't think it's anything exciting. Right, let's head up here. Up the stairs of doom. This is where I go through the stairs. I'm not going to lie. I have been getting a bit worried about stairs and stuff recently. Because I have put on a couple of pounds. And anyone that's been on Facebook on this trip will be like, you're not allowed to moan about that you weigh because you've eaten so much food while you've been away. Not technically true. I've just been eating big meals, but not 3 meals. So that's why. But I have put loads of weight on because of my injuries. But I have vowed that I will be going on a diet on Wednesday. What day is it now? Technically probably Tuesday, early hours of Tuesday morning. So tomorrow I will be going on a diet and my exercise will be increased because now my knees are better, my big fat jaw's better, my shoulder's better, and my pelvis is better. I have got no excuse. Apart from maybe wanting to sleep a little bit more over the next few days, I've got no excuse. So I'm hoping you're going to see a little bit more of a lean Matt over the next few months. But notoriously, I'm bad over winter for eating a lot. So it's going to have to be a lot of hard work, I think. Right, where to go first? Oh, look at that chest. I just know what Andy would be saying right now. That's why I'm laughing. But yeah, look. Look at the size of that. That is a big chest. Very big. Let me just zoom you right out. It doesn't look big until you look at how big it comes up on me. That is past my knee. If I stand flat, it's like halfway up my quad. So, pretty big. Could probably fit my dead body in there, to be fair. It's actually opened really easy. What's that? Is that a hinge or is that something? What is that? I feel like it's part of either a musical instrument. I don't know, no idea. No clue what that is. I don't think there's very much else in there though. Like I said, I knew this was going to be the case with this place. That's good as well, look. I knew it was going to be a lot of stuff scattered on the floor. Like I feel like that's part of an old clock, look. Like the housing. Oh no, it's a box. Oh, I bet that's for a Singer sewing machine or something. That box. And there's a meat grinder down there as well, look. Big old meat grinder. Don't know what that drill's for. Look at that. What is that for? Wait a minute. Oh wait. Does that go into the top of that? I bet it does, doesn't it? I bet that fits in there. That is hefty. I don't want my brains screwing out. God, that just makes me think of something. If you look back at the Belgium videos from me and Andy back in the day, our first European road trip, I'm wearing a t-shirt and I've lost it and I'm gutted. And it's weird because I'm only talking about it yesterday. It's a picture of Andy's face and it says urban legend on it. But his eyeballs are bum holes. Like literal, actual photographs of bum holes for his eyeballs. And the reason I did it, and I only, like I say, I was talking to Tokyo about it yesterday. She was like, oh, you should bring these t-shirts back out. But I never actually sold them. I only got them one for me. to wear. And it's because Andy had kept saying, oh, I wish someone had fucked my brains out. Sorry for the language. And so I put those bumholes as eyeballs so then somebody could, and put it urban legend on it. And you know what? I loved that t-shirt and I lost it metal detecting, and I know for a fact it will have been ploughed up and like lost forever, which is such a shame. I should probably get another one made, because he is a legend of the game. Anyone that watches these sorts of videos knows who Andy is, so I should get it redone. Isn't it weird how that made me think of Andy having his brains ripped out? What is this down here? Oh God, I don't know if they're like, that's like an oil lamp as well. I just keep seeing bits of things knocking about, and it, like these on here, look. Got, is that to spray stuff? Like, do you spray your plants with it? Or is it, do you set it on fire and go, what's it for? A little tin, little box, and little glasses case. See, one thing I do want to ask you, because I feel bad on Andy, because he's had quite a lot of comments saying, oh, you need to hurry up and come back and all this lot. Please don't put pressure on him, because he might never come back. That in my head, he isn't coming back. So I don't upset myself thinking, oh, he's coming back and then he never does. In my head, he's not. So get that in your heads. And then if he doesn't, you're never going to be upset. But if he does, it's going to be a bonus. But anyway, I need to try and work out where I am. Now, I've not really showed you them, but I keep noticing there's loads of little parasol umbrellas knocking about. I've seen about 8 now, and I've not picked them up because they've been like this underneath stuff, but I thought I'd just point one of them out for you, so at least you could see it. This place is just everything about like a horror film you could ever think. It just is. It's just a proper setting for like a horror film. It really, really is. Anyway, what's happening there? Why are the slugs there? And that one wet patch that's red. Does that mean this whole floor's red like that? There's a bird's nest there. So I wonder if it's something to do with that. But it's weird that that one patch is wet. And there's slugs all over it. Really weird. Anyway, we're into this room now. This definitely feels like there's going to be a psycho killer in here. Oh, it's a bed. It's a tiny room though. Absolutely minuscule. Freddie's bedroom's tiny because he's in the box room and the girls are in a big massive bedroom upstairs, bigger than mine. But this is smaller than his room. It's so small. Look at the metal fireplace in there as well. Still with the little brushes to clean out all the stuff underneath, all the ash. And then even a built-in wardrobe with a little mirror in the back, which is, I could imagine someone getting shut in there at some point. It's just all very creepy. Look at it in here. Very weird. Now, like I said, I know there's not been loads and loads to look at, but sometimes it's not about that. It's about thinking about the people that lived here. It's thinking about like looking at the decor and the house itself, the wood-lined walls and roofs, thinking this building's like 300 years old. What is it seen? Who's been here? What's changed? Like, I've just looked on Google Maps. I walked up around the back of here and there's 3 brand new houses up the back and they're not even on Google Maps. It threw me all together. Weird noise. Yeah, it threw me all together because like they're not supposed to be there, but I think they're brand new and they're just building them now. But this place has seen all sorts, and it just makes me think, like, these new builds, are they going to last as long? Probably not. Made out of crappy brick and breeze blocks, and these are made out of proper stone, and they've been around forever. It's just so cool to think what's happened in here, but sad to think our generation and further generations are going to be forgotten, because not only are we going to lose all the houses, there'll be nothing left in 100, 200, 300 years time of what we've built, but also things like money. There will be no cash. So people that go metal detecting won't find anything from us, and the stuff that they do find deteriorates that quick because it's made out of crap. So there'll be nothing left of us. I suppose we will be the digital footprint, the first ever digital footprint. So you'll see all our all your holiday photos that you've put on Facebook. 200 years time, they'll be going, oh, look at this, what we found hidden on this old thing called the internet that they used to use. Do you know what I mean? Weird, very weird. Right, I think we've just got 2 bedrooms left, and I'm not holding out much hope for them, if I'm being honest, because of what we've seen so far. Don't get me wrong, I don't know though, look at this. This is good. Oh, it's very oppressive in here though. Once again, look at those curtains. They are like pink fluffy curtains. You see how bright they would have been as well at one point. But yeah, it's very oppressive. Like, oh look at that. I'm surprised that's not been smashed up, you know. That's a good piece of furniture. Like, imagine sitting doing your makeup. Like, I don't often do my makeup, but sat doing your makeup and you could look at different angles of your face. Like, turn the mirror around so you could look at different bits of your head. But yeah, if you look up there, it's had a new roof. I can't really show you. I'll show you in a minute. I'll try and show you in a minute. But it's had a new roof. That's from a wedding in 1985. Oh, and also there's a little lady there. A little saint or someone. Or a pope or something. Not sure. And then you've got Jesus with his heart out. Baby Jesus on the donkey. Off on bleeding heck. No wonder Mary didn't have kids with Joseph. Joseph's about 90. She's only in her 20s. He's 90. No wonder she had a bit with God. That's how it happened. And then I've got one of Mary. She's got her heart out as well. I've got sort of a gazunda, but it's plastic. And then this bed that looks maybe 1930s, 40s, something like that. But I can't really give you an idea, but it's very, like the end of the bed is almost at the door. There's no room in here at all. The ceiling seems really low as well, and everything just seems to be like coming in on you almost. Look at how pink it was. Look at how the sun has bleached that. So it's pink at the bottom and white at the top. That's crazy how much the sun's changed the colour of that. And like I said, it's proper fluffy. It's like a dressing gown or something. Or something you'd buy from Primark, or Pennies round here, to keep you warm at night. Very strange. What's this? Ooh. Detective Constable Sergeant Inspector. Right. Does he really need that many? Or maybe it's a telephone number for all of them. Detective Constable Sergeant Inspector. It seems too many roles for one person, so maybe it's just a telephone number to get in touch with all of them. Clogger RUC station. RUC. What would RUC stand for? I don't know. Detective Constable Sergeant Inspector Clougher RUC station. I really don't know what that could mean. Not sure. They've survived quite well. But yeah, someone's been rifling through the drawers, getting stuff out. I don't think there's anything in any of them. Little thing. I don't know about any of the other drawers. What? Now I'm confused. This has confused me a bit. Right. Oh, no it hasn't. So, Bass made like Shandy Bass and bottled beers. But I thought they were advertising that they sold cigarettes as well. But that's Benson and Hedges. Bass Ale from Benson and Hedges with gifts. Perfect partners. So 2 things that would slowly kill you off. Cigarettes and alcohol. God, did Oasis make that? But yeah, that's pretty cool, that. I bet that's probably somebody would want to collect that, because I know people do. I don't think there's anything else in there. What's that? It's greasy. Oh, what's it say? Magic. Something magic. It's probably some sort of skin cream or something like that. I can't read what it says before there. Is it beauty magic? Something beauty magic? I don't know. And then some sort of personal rape alarm, which is what you need. I shouldn't have said the R word either, because that'll get me demonetised. I didn't say, I said grape. Personal grape alarm. Just in case somebody's going to steal your grapes. That's what it is. It was just, I mispronounced it, I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything down the side of the bed, is there? No. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, on to the last bedroom, I think. And looking at the pile of stuff that I can see from here. Ooh. Made me feel weird then. I'm not getting my hopes up for this room. I have a feeling we may just have some empty boxes and stuff thrown around. I could be wrong. Oh, it surprised me. We've got some books. Some good old books. Let's have a look at a couple, but I'm not spending ages looking at them. Let's look at some that are interesting. Guide to Photographic Printing. Little Women. Ivanhoe. Is it the original Little Women? First edition, worth £8 gazillion. I don't think it is, and I don't think I could even find I don't know what year Little Women was made. Oh, it's Frederick Warne and Co. though. I think Frederick Warne did, it was either Oscar Wilde or no, Beatrix Potter, I think was Frederick Warne. I might have made that up. Oh no, it's not Little Women, it's Little Wives. Car coming past, or lorry or something. Little Wives, it definitely says Little Women on the front. Yeah, it does. So that was misleading. Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, they like some of their classics anyway. Some of the oldies. Book of Classical Stories. New Testament. They're all backed like you used to do at school. It's all very strange. Westward Ho, that's a place in Devon. I think Westward Ho, there's a place in Devon called Westward Ho. I think Westward Ho is the only place in the world, maybe it's just in Britain, I'm not sure, that the name has got an exclamation mark in it. It's Westward Ho. It's like weird, but it was very much pirates and stuff around there, so maybe it was because of that. But very weird that you would have an exclamation mark. Just made me think of it. Anyway, we'll keep looking. I think we're almost done now. Oh, I've got a nice little metal fireplace, Victorian one. This box will have nothing in it because they never do. No, nothing exciting anyway. Now, there's been a bird sat on the edge of here, shitting all over. That little key would be good if it wasn't covered in poo. This keeps catching my eye though. What is this? Because it's like made of silk. And I don't know if it's it's not a dress. Because there's no hole. You'd have no body, you'd just have legs. But look, it's hand stitched together. It's quite delicate, to be fair, even though I'm chucking it about all over the place. But it's quite old looking. I like that look. Look at that colour, the colours in that. And that side as well. It's almost luxurious, but it's got numbers written on it. I don't understand it. What's this say here? We'll just turn it round. It's just numbers. There's lots of numbers. It's like they were making a hot air balloon or something. But I reckon all the numbers were so they knew which bits they needed to stitch together to make whatever the hell it is they were making. I just can't work out what it is. Like, look, you can definitely see it's all been hand done by the stitching inside, because it's not like professionally done. Weird. Let me just stretch it out a little bit. Like, my initial thought was like tablecloth, but it's too thin and delicate for that. And then I thought maybe like on a settee or something like that. But once again, it's just a bit too easily ripped and worn out. You can see how thin it is there, look. I really don't know what that... Let me zoom out. What could that be for? Really no idea. I think just about one of the only other things I can see on here is a map. But look, Austria, Hungary, Italy, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia and the Balkan Peninsula. But there's no such thing as Czechoslovakia anymore, or Yugoslavia. It just makes me think of the advert, and if you're not British, you won't remember it. There was an advert in the 90s, I think it was, and there was a beer that was made with Czechoslovakian yeast. And that's what they did in the advert every time. But the advert was filmed backwards. It was like so revolutionary. The whole thing was filmed and spoken backwards. It was really weird, really, really weird at the time to watch it. But that's what it makes me think of. Don't know why, but it does. Now, other than that, we've got bits of like books about the Pope and stuff. I think there's a few older looking books in here as well. That's a Anna Donnelly French notes. Oh, so these ones that are backed are her school books. Look at her writing in there. So it's a lesson 29. All her different French words. I don't know what year this is from. There's no date in it. That's cool. And this book, are these letters and stuff here? Oh, well written as well. I think it's all school stuff, if I'm being honest. Oh no, that says something about bacterial infection. Maybe it's the Dr. Dad again. God knows. Anyway, like I said, I can't go through all the books. It'll take forever. But it is quite cool seeing them. Especially the school books. I think it just makes you think about where is... What was she called? Anna Donnelly. Where is she now? Say she went to school in the 60s and she was 15. So that would make her born in 40s, 35. She might not even be alive anymore, you don't know. But who's to know? There's one more thing I need to show you. Bizarre. Right, we're going back out, but there's one last thing I need you to see. And it's thrown me a little bit. Not gonna lie, it's really thrown me. 1 second. Just want to make sure this door's shut properly, because it was quite secure when I came in. I want to make sure I leave it the way that I found it. Ooh, falling. Those things over there made me jump then. Right, now we're past all the glass. There are a few houses dotted about, but we are pretty much in the middle of nowhere. And this is the outside of the building. It's quite a spooky looking place as you're walking up to it as well. But what made it even spookier is what I found down here. Now, I don't even know how I managed to just notice it, to be honest. Because I was just looking around the back of the building. And I didn't notice it until I got to about here. Look. Why is there a grave here in loving memory of Michael McCarroll something, who died 29th of June 1950. His wife Bridget McCarroll, which I'm sure we saw a letter from inside a minute ago died 31st of December 1949, and also their son Michael died 5th of January 1973. How strange is that? Oh, I'm not going to get in trouble for being here. Yeah, how weird is that to have, I don't know whether it's an actual grave or it's just like a memorial to some lost relative of the people that lived here. Hence why they were receiving letters from that person. But I just think it's really, really strange that that's there. But equally as sad, because now it's fallen down and it's been covered up and it'll disappear soon. This house will come down with it. All those memories will be lost, and the people that lived here and were remembering the dead in all those things will be gone forever. So look after the people round you. Try and pass on to generations in front. Tell them about your dad, your granddad. Tell them what you loved about them, what sort of things they had, and make up a book or something like that to pass on to future generations. Don't just stick it in a cupboard and forget about it. Give it to your family. Tell them the stories, because when you're gone, the people that you loved will be forgotten. You'll still be remembered for a couple of generations, and then you'll be gone. Find a way of passing ourselves down to the next generation, because otherwise we're going to be forgotten. And I, for one, don't want to be forgotten. Right, I love you all. I'll see you later. And I am going home now, out of Northern Ireland, back into Ireland, on a plane, and in my own bed. Love you all. See you soon.